Goofy as that was, that's just me. And as in saying me, I mean a dictator of war. I'm very excited because this is my very first video. And before I get started, I feel it's only appropriate that I apologize for the fact that I'm not in sync when I talk. I don't have the best webcam out there, so I just got to make do with what I got. But nonetheless, I'm excited because this is my very first video. So I think it's only appropriate that I give you a little rundown, a little history of myself, if you will, and my love for wrestling. It all started back when I was a little bastard. I think I was about 8 years old. It's when I really got my first taste of wrestling, when I saw Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. Back then, I actually thought that was an awesome match. It was at WrestleMania, you know, the world title versus the Intercontinental title. Title for title. Oh, I was very excited. What's more pathetic than that is I was actually rooting for the Ultimate Warrior. Dear God. Thank God my tastes have evolved over the years. But, needless to say, I was hooked from that moment on. Kept watching. But my love didn't grow into an obsession until around 96 when the Monday Night Wars first came on. And oh my gosh, or should I say when they heated up. But man, that's when I got really hooked on wrestling. And that's when I decided and thought to myself, man, this is something I'd really like to get into. So about a year later, 1997, me and a bunch of friends started wrestling around in a Christian school gymnasium, and that's kind of how it started, as pathetic as it was, you know. And then it kind of grew about 2 years later in 99 when we had my first backyard show. Yes, I was a backyarder, but damn it, it was one of the longest lasting backyard promotions out there. It lasted 6 years, and some of the best years of my life. Had a blast with it, enjoyed it. And, you know, it was a great thing. Me and my homeboy Andy, you might know him as Ron Buddha 6669. So, anytime you hear him talk about his homeboy Josh, that's me. Me and him kind of started booking and stuff. And we found that was where our strong point was booking shows and everything. And our creativity really flowed through those 6 years of doing backyard. Then after the backyard thing kind of ended and went its separate way, we all went our separate ways pretty much. Me and Andy and a bunch of other people, you know, we kind of got into the independent scene with this one indie promotion called ACW. And then after that I started my first indie promotion called CTW, which only lasted 3 shows. And around this time, I was getting really burnt out on wrestling. It was about in 2003. This was around the time when WWF became WWE, and things really started to go downhill, and I was just losing interest in wrestling altogether. A lot of BS in the wrestling as far as backstage and stuff for those 3 shows that I ran and stuff, and I just got burned out. And for about the next 3.5 years, I kind of really parted with all things wrestling. But good old Andy, he kind of stuck with it, and at one point in time I was a little bit more knowledgeable than him, but now I think he's far exceeded me as far as being a smart mark and being an insider on things as far as the business is concerned. You know, but I'm catching up slowly but surely again. My love for wrestling started to reemerge when TNA came around, and I started watching it. I think when it was on the Fox Sports Network a little bit. Saw a few episodes, but soon as they went to Spike TV, that's when I really started to get interested in it. And I think one of the matches that really drew me in was AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels versus Samoa Joe. When I saw that triple threat, oh my God, I was just freaking amazed. It reminded me of the days of ECW, but just by the ferocity and just the passion that these guys put into that match. I mean, that's what really got me hooked into TNA. And I think when I started, my obsession started to re-emerge, or when I started to relapse, I guess you can say, into all things wrestling. It's when me and my buddy Andy last April went to go see Lockdown in St. Louis. The live experience was awesome. I mean, I just loved it. It was just awesome. Had a blast there. I mean, it was a memorable moment. Got to go to the Fan Fest, get pictures taken with Christy Hemme and Christian Cage, who was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion at the time before they just made it the TNA title. And so that's just a really special moment for me altogether. But that's just a quick little rundown of me and everything. And Andy and his videos kind of went on some of the history of WAR and whatnot. Actually, to correct him, it's been around for 10 years. This actually, WAR's, which was the backyard promotion that we were in, this is like the 10-year anniversary of when it started. Actually, it was like last week, I believe. I think it was on the 14th or 15th. I really can't remember, but somewhere around there. So if WAR is still around, it would have been about 10 years. So that's kind of how that all began. I'll probably get in more into that later on, but this is my first video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hit me up, give me some comments. If you like it, tell me. If you think it sucks, tell me, and I'll just tell you to blow me. Okay, that was unoriginal, the whole. How about this? Blow me. There. I think that was disturbing, but not that original either. But what the hell? But anywho, this is Dictator of WaR saying peace, bitches. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you later. Hit me up. Bye.